All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Sophia Health. So, this is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, let's keep in mind our boundaries. Notice, where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find that center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you start to feel thirsty, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed or straight out in front of you. We will wiggle back and forth, feeling ourselves root into the sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale as we draw our shoulders forward and up, and then exhale as we drop them back and down. Inhale, shoulders forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Find a comfortable spot for your hands, whether on your legs, palms up or down, or in your lap. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. In the Native American medicine wheel, based on Sun Bear's vision, the spirit pathways teach us about the qualities we need to cultivate growth and movement. These physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional qualities help you better understand yourself and what will allow you to thrive. Renewal is the middle stone on the northern pathway. When you come to this position in the medicine wheel, it's an invitation to restore your health by becoming healthy and fit. It's an opportunity to nourish yourself, rebuild whatever has been damaged or destroyed in your life, and renew your thinking so you can approach the world with a refreshed perspective. This place is represented by the earthworm, which is a powerful teacher of transformation, given how it regenerates Earth. Here, you have the opportunity to consider, what can I do to better care for and love myself? What is my place in creation? As you move through your practice, allow these questions to roll around in your mind and notice what answers arise as you breathe and stretch. So, settling in, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you fill your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you feel your belly expanding outward like a big balloon. And then exhale as you feel yourself draw your belly button in toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhale air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as you squeeze that air out of your lungs, move it up your throat and out your nose. Continue breathing like this, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really noticing the movements of your breath. And if your mind gets distracted by a thought, noise, physical sensation, the moment that you've noticed you've gone away, that's mindfulness. So celebrate the noticing and then come back to your breath. Come back to gently focusing on the inhales and the exhales. If it feels right for you, perhaps incorporating a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focus on your breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remain here with your breath for just a few more moments in whatever way best supports you. Let's take another deep inhale here, setting an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here, feeling that intention with heart and mind. And then exhale that breath out, set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. All right, let's go ahead, move any props that we may be seated on here today and come right onto our hands and knees. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, tops of the feet come onto the floor. We'll inhale as we sink our bellies, lift our head and our hips, coming into cow. And then exhale, lift the hips or lift the back, sink the head and the hips, coming into cat. Inhale into cow, sink your belly, look up toward the sky. Exhale into cat, press the mat away, feel the shoulder blades separate. One more round each side. We inhale into cow and look up toward the sky. We exhale into cat, feel the mat press away through our hands. Lovely. Inhale, come back into neutral. On the exhale, tuck the toes and then lift the hips on up into a down dog. Now, this may be the first down dog of your day or week. So let's walk out that dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening the backs of the legs here. Taking a nice deep inhale as you do. And then a nice deep exhale. Good. One more nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, go ahead and come into stillness, grounded to down dog. So arms are nice and strong. All 10 pads of the fingers gently grip the mat. Head is between the arms, gaze toward the toes. Tuck the chin so you're long through the spine here. We're pressing into the hands, feeling the chest move toward the thighs here. We're moving our heels toward the floor. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't, but we really want to feel that stretch to the back of the legs here. Good. We're trying to create that triangle shape with our body. Take a nice deep inhale. Let that breath go. One more inhale. Exhale it out. On the next inhale, look up between the hands. Let's baby step our feet to the top of the mat. Come right into a halfway lift. So knees are slightly bent. Your torso is parallel with the floor. Back is flat. Shoulders are shrugged down. Hands are on thighs or shins. Your gaze is toward the floor. We take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, we sink into a forward fold. Tuck the chin, look between the legs. So a couple notes here. We want to be leaning forward in the front 2/3 of our feet. We want to tuck that chin so we really feel the crown of the head reaching down toward the floor. We're nice and long through the spine, all the way up through the neck here. Shoulders are kind of shrugged down onto the back, but we're allowing those arms to hang long. You can palm the mat, or you can bring pinkies to opposite crooks of the elbows and gently sway from side to side if that feels good. Notice what feels right for you here, and really notice how that's such a nice stretch to the back of the body and then all the way up to the back of the head here, full body stretch. Keeping just a slight bend in the knees. We're not locking out our joints today. It's so tempting, but that really puts a lot of strain in the hips. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. Let that breath go. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, release your arms down if they're lifted. We're going to bend the knees, flatten the back on the exhale. And then on the following inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep your arms wide and up. And then exhale, bring those hands into heart center. Great work here. So bring your feet so they're about hip width distance apart. The knees are slightly bent, drawing up on the quads here. Good. Start with the hands in heart center. We're going to inhale, sweep those arms tall. Palms can stay together, or you can split them apart as if you're holding a ball here, or if I do it right, you're holding my lantern here. All right, and then on the exhale, go ahead, lean over to the left, standing side body stretch. So root into this right foot here as you feel that stretch of the entire right side of the body, all the way down to the outside of that ankle, right? Noticing that stretch, reaching through the fingers actively, lifting through the torso at the same time. And then notice here the tendency of the back to kind of get a little wobbly, right? So tuck the tailbone slightly, engage that core gently. Yeah, just another deep breath here. Using gravity to kind of help us with this side body stretch here. And then inhale, we return to center. Exhale, we lean over to the right this time. So again, root into this left foot. Really feel that stretch the entire left side of the body down to the outside of that foot. We reach through those fingers, really reach through the shoulders here. Good. We're kind of feeling that crunch on this right side. Again, tailbone gently tucked, core gently engaged here. So we're not bending further than we're ready. Great work. Deep inhale, deep exhale, deep inhale. Exhale, go ahead and come back into center. Take a nice deep inhale here at the top of your mat. And then exhale, let's swan dive down into our forward fold. Inhale, right into a halfway lift. Nice flat back, shoulders shrug down. And then exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Hands beneath shoulders, balls of the feet beneath the heels. You're one long line from shoulders to heels. If you'd like to modify, you drop those knees and untuck the toes, but keep the knees at an angle so you're still engaging the core here. Good. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale the breath out. Deep inhale. And then exhale, we bend at the elbows, lower all the way down to the mat and untuck the toes here. On the next inhale, plant the elbows on the mat beneath the shoulders, press the forearms and the hands into the mat, lift your gaze and torso coming into Sphinx. So your shoulders are shrugged down. We're drawing the elbows in toward the body. Gaze and chest are forward and proud. We're feeling that nice decompression in the low spine here. The hip bones are rooted onto the mat, and we're feeling that pull through the abs and the abdomen space as well. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, let's lower back down to the mat. Hands come beneath shoulders, using knees or pressing straight up. Inhale, come into your plank. And then exhale into your down dog. Inhale, we look up between the hands. Let's baby step those feet to the top of the mat. Come right into a halfway lift. Knees slightly bent, torso parallel with the floor, shoulders down. And then exhale, fold. Great work. Inhale, bend the knees, flatten the back. Reverse swan dive. Our arms sweep wide, hands up. And then we exhale back into our heart center. Great work. I'm going to turn to the side. We're bringing our toes together and our heels are about an inch or so apart from one another. So we're creating like a little triangle. Put this in front of my dark shirt, a little triangle with our feet here. Okay. So coming into this position with the feet, we're going to inhale, sweep our arms tall, and then exhale, bend at the elbow or bend at the knees, sorry, and sink into your chair pose. So check in, look down at your toes. Can you see them? If they're kind of jutting in front of your toes, pull those knees back here so you're feeling more of the work in the thighs rather than in the knees. You should be able to lift your toes. Your weight is in the back 2/3 of the feet. Notice if you have a really arched back here, tuck the tailbone slightly, engage that core. Now we're really feeling the work in the thighs here. Arms are up on either side of the head. If this is straining for the shoulders or the back, feel free to bring hands into heart center or down onto the hips. Just a couple deep breaths here and know that the deeper you sink, the more that work is going to fire up those legs here. Couple breaths. Final inhale. Great work. Inhale, standing all the way up, step to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Exhale, swan dive down into your forward fold. We inhale right into a halfway lift, nice flat back, shoulders shrug down. And then exhale, fold. We bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into our plank. Hands beneath shoulders, balls of feet beneath the heels, or you're modified. Take a nice deep inhale here. Let the breath go. Another deep inhale. Let the breath go. On the next inhale, drop the left knee down, kick the foot out to the left. And then inhale, weight comes into the left side of the body. Lift that right arm tall, coming into modified side plank. Option is to stay right here. This is great. If you want to extend it into the full expression, bring that left leg back out to meet the right here. Keep pressing that right hip up. Feel that work in that left oblique. Oh my gosh. We're stacking the shoulders. Arm is up on the right side. Deep breath. And bottom elbow, it is slightly bent. Woo, we're feeling the shake. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the mat, square the hips, and then lower all the way down, untuck the toes. Great. Now, you can inhale back into your Sphinx or baby cobra. For baby cobra, we lift the torso on the inhale. Hands are doing very minimal work, just the most gentle of pressing here. Maybe they hover. We're really feeling our back muscles go to work. Our glutes are squeezing here to help lift the torso. Good. Shoulders are shrugged down. And instead of looking forward, our chin is tucked. We're looking down at the mat, almost right in front of us. So we're long through the spine. Elbows are tucked into the sides. Good. Couple breaths here. One more breath. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Inhaling into plank, however you need to get there. And then exhale, it's meet and down dog. Great work. On the next inhale, we look up between the hands, baby step those feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, nice flat back, shoulders shrug down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees flat in the back, reverse swan dive, arms sweep wide and up. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and come into our heart center. You're doing some great work here. All right, on the next inhale, I'm going to turn to the side once again. Feet are about hip width distance apart. We're going to inhale, sweep those arms up. Palms can either remain together or come apart once again. And then exhale, lift through the torso, get this gentle back bend here. Those hip flexors start to press forward as we feel that arch in the spine. Feel the lift through the torso here. Knees stay very slightly bent. If this is too much for the upper body to have the shoulders or the arms extended, hands can also be on the heart center. Or it's like you can press or put your hands in your back pocket here, gently leaning back here. Makes it a little bit easier. Notice what feels right for you. Couple deep breaths. One more deep breath here. Good. Exhale. Let's come back into center. Step to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, arms come up tall. Exhale, swan dive down into your forward fold. Inhale, right into a halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Step back into your plank pose. Good. We're one long line from shoulders to heels, or you're modified. Couple deep breaths. It's tempting to lock out the elbows. Try to keep a slight bend in them. On the next inhale, right knee drops down, foot kicks out to the right. Turn that back heel down. Inhale, sweep the left arm tall as you shift your weight onto the right. Modified plank on the opposite side. So you're welcome to stay right here. If you want to amp up the challenge, go ahead and extend that right leg back out to meet the left here. Now we're working that right oblique. We're pressing that left hip up toward the sky. We're breathing, we're shaking. Bottom elbow slightly bent. Shoulders are stacked. You're doing great. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Top hand comes down to the mat. Square the hips, and then let's lower all the way down and untuck the toes. Great work. Inhale, Sphinx, baby cobra, or big cobra. For big cobra, hands are beneath the shoulders, kind of down by the chest here, upper chest. And then we're going to go ahead, press on up. coming into cobra. So again, shoulders are shrugged down, elbows are not locked out, but slightly bent and tucked into the sides. Gaze and chest are forward and proud. Release the glutes. This is not a buns of steel class. Tops of the feet are on the floor here. Gaze and chest is forward and proud. Couple deep breaths. Great. On the next exhale, you're welcome to lower back down, press through planks to get into down dog. Otherwise, on the next inhale, tuck the toes, and on the exhale, engage the core, flip over the feet, coming right into your down dog. Good. However you decided to get here is wonderful. And let's take a nice deep breath here. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale. Exhale, drop those knees, untuck the toes. Let's sink back into our child's pose. Elongate the arms, forehead comes down to the floor. If your forehead does not reach, you're always welcome to stack your forearms or your fists. You can also use a prop like a block to place underneath your forehead. So as you come into this position, let's just take a couple of deep breaths here together. Noticing sensation that is here. Feeling that lengthening through the spine here. Great work. On the next inhale, go ahead, prop yourself up onto your forearms. We're still sitting back into that child's pose stance. We're going to bring our right forearm down in front of us so it's perpendicular with our body. And that elbow is stacked underneath the shoulder. And then exhale, rotate open, lift that left arm tall, coming into that nice twist here. It's kind of gentle. We're opening up the chest, stacking the shoulders, shining the heart forward. And if this hurts the shoulder, hand can be on the hip, of course. Nice deep breath here. One more inhale. And then exhale, top hand comes down, switching sides. So bring that left forearm so it's perpendicular with your body on the mat. Notice how I just drew that elbow in to stack it with my shoulder. And then on the exhale, rotate open with the right arm here. Nice twist here on the opposite side. Again, stacking the shoulders, reaching up. Hand can always be on the hip if that's better for your body. Shining that heart space, that chest space open to the right. Couple deep breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, go ahead, bring that right arm back down. Let's go ahead, inhale, come on up onto hands and knees, make your way into your seat. And we're actually gonna go ahead and make our way down onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now is your moment. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice, all right? So let's come on down onto our backs. Let's tuck our knees into our chest, wrap our arms around our legs, give ourselves a squeeze here. Maybe rocking from side to side, little roly-poly action if that feels good. Again, you know what you need for your body. Maybe it's staying in stillness. And then let's go ahead and prepare for our final relaxation. So coming into stillness, dropping the soles of the feet down to the floor. We've got a few options here. Your feet can stay right where they are, knees in little mountains. This can be really helpful if you have low back tension, low back pain, or struggle with the hips here. Knees can fall open wide, soles of the feet can come together, recline bound angle. Feel free to always put a block or other props underneath the legs as you need. This can be very rejuvenating if you'd like. You're welcome to extend one leg and keep the other in for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs for that traditional final relaxation posture. Find a spot for your arms that feels good. That can look like whatever you need. You're also welcome to lay on your side or down onto your belly, or you can just come back into a seated position if that feels good for you. So notice where you're at here today. Take a few moments just to settle in. And then retuning back into the breath. So begin to notice how fast or slow your breath is moving. Notice how deep or shallow it is. Notice the quality of each breath on your inhales, the quality of each breath on your exhales. Feeling into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, gentle rise and fall of your chest. Just really tune into the sensation of the air moving in and out. Notice how the body breathes itself here. Now, if your mind gets distracted by thoughts, noises, physical sensations, it's okay. The moment you've noticed you've gone away from the breath, that's mindfulness. Celebrate the noticing and then come back. Come back to focusing on the inhales and the exhales. Again, if it makes sense for you, perhaps you reincorporate your mantra here to help you stay connected and grounded to the breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So leaning back here, letting go, and just rest with the breath. The seed of compassion and the capacity to listen deeply are in your heart. You just need mindfulness to touch them. Bringing your attention back to this space, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And slowly exhaling that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Move the arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a deep inhale as you make your way on up into a seated position, and we close out our practice together today. So finding that comfortable seat, rooting into the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. We exhale, they drop back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the knees, palms up or down, or in your lap, or at heart center, closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth, for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here for this weekly stretch session with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis. I'm here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, so mark your calendars, set your alarms. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share these classes with anyone else that you think may benefit. And make sure to put them in touch with Yoga for Caregivers. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So make sure to tune in, check out the other practices from the other volunteers like myself. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a delightful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Bye.